body touches connect. Education, brain liberation. I am the black community.
Yo, check my girl Kiora out every Tuesday at 9 o'clock on Right Mind Radio.
Better Community Project, May 22nd at 6 p.m. Be there!
Yo, I'm here on the bill with my bro Bomani and my bro Heru. Man, we finna chop it up, man. Build on a couple of things, man. It's no definite topic, man. Just straight knowledge. Y'all take it, do what y'all want to do with it. But one thing I want to try to reiterate to everybody: always go back and research what you watch on video. Don't take nobody message word for mouth verbatim and regurgitate the information and give it back to nobody. So always take the information you get and do research so you can make yourself better. But man, without further ado, man, we're gonna jump into it.
Read the line. Yeah.
Y'all can introduce yourselves.
Okay. My name is Bomani. You're here with your heart secure. On the Minister of Information for the Provisional Government Republic of Africa, Coast Georgia University, Georgia University Radio. I'm a political activist, so to speak. I believe in the struggle of liberation of our people. I believe in the aspect of attaining land, which is the basis of our independence, the basis of any revolutionary mind state. If you run the Black Liberation Movement, the African Independent Movement, I believe that we are people that are great. We have great architectural skills, great skills of knowledge, great skills in science, great skills in metaphysics, great skills all around the board in all fields and spheres and atmospheres. But I feel that we as a people, as a collective, we're not functioning as a collective because we're not going back to the basics, which is nature. By nature, we're divine. By nature, we're leaders. We're just like the sun, symbolic to the sun. That's our expression of who we are. All the ancient traditions have told us who we are. If you go from Kemet, you go from Mesopotamia, you go from Samaria, you go to the ancient civilization of Phoenicia, the Dravidian civilization of India, the black civilization of the Chi civilization of China. You go back to the Congo, you go back to the Kushites, or the Uganda, all the places that we started with now the civilization. We are ancient people. We're great people. Where we need to come together as a collective, understand things politically, and start debating about religion, start debating about all this stuff that mean and the purpose of because religion you control the mass of the planet Earth. It's the same too that the oppressor used to oppress, like now neo-colonialism. Like in America, we have been neo-colonialized by Christianity, and that same system of Christianity has enslaved our mind as well as our body. Even though 13 Amendment was established in January 31st, 1865. We're still not free because they have our mind. Once you have your mind, the body gonna come anyway. That's the whole standpoint of the situation. We're in the state of what you call mental side, when Dr. Amy Wilson came out. When Dr. Amy Wilson wrote a book called The Falsification of African Consciousness. It's a book you need to check it out. Get your mind right. So I'm passing on to the brother Heru. I'm gonna say peace, the struggle for land, independence.
Peace, y'all. My name is Barry Winters, aka Heru. I took on the name Heru in regards to being more like a hero to my first family, first and foremost. Heru is to me symbolic to the first story of the first son of God. It predates anything that is being displayed through Christianity and all other religions and stories of that nature. So my main purpose is to seek truth, as much knowledge as I can. I'm just an up and coming guy, basically, just looking for more truth and the ability to be able to express it amongst my people. and free the shackles of oppressing religion and belief systems that basically, I would say distort the mind and the soul as well, because it's more based on the spirituality aspect when it comes to my consideration. And I wouldn't say beliefs because I don't like to use that word belief because it has a lie in it. So I consider and feel things more than I would believe anything. And that's just about it. I'm really just awakening myself. I was a heavy drinker for many years, and it's gotten me into a lot of trouble. It's gotten me kicked out of the army. Been sober for 2 years now, and I see my thinking is much more clearer. I'm much more focused, and I am able to retain much more information as well as articulate myself in such a way where I can be eloquent and fluent when speaking, more than I have ever been. And I'm trying to exceed that by associating myself with like-minded people like the brother Bomani right here, and everybody else that is conscious, basically, and aware that there are entities and religions that just blatantly lie and cover up whole truths that are out here in broad perspective, broad sight. So many things that are basically given to us, but depicted in different ways, altered and distorted to keep people on lower frequencies and not fully aware of their true selves and their history.
Okay. Let me jump in this, man. I want the videos as raw as they can be, man. You know how they be on Sunday, they be out on the street, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it so people can basically relate to us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And feel where we coming from, like how they doing them, man. Like, them guys just be out there talking, chopping it up, bada bada bing, bada bada bam.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how I want this to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, regular conversation.
Yeah.
But, the first thing I want to ask y'all, I would just formulate the question now. I was just talking about, like, my first question to you guys is what should be the first step in black people freeing themselves from religious beliefs, mental chains, political chains, whatever kind of chains we oppressed with? What's the first step we need to take?
From my perspective, the first step is re-educating yourself. And by doing that, it means that you need to come out your colonialistic or neo-colonialist mind state. Because the whole American education system is founded upon the concept of Thomas Aquinas, which is a European, an English philosopher, so to speak, who developed a lot of his science and technique from the so-called Greek liberal scientists and artists, you know what I'm saying? We go back to Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle, and all other people that basically George M. James debunked and stole legacy, which is the ancient wisdom coming from what the Greeks utilized to manipulate us with in the mind state where we got on now in the school system. Cause you look at everything in the education schools in America, it's like Dead Prez said, these schools ain't teaching us shit. That's true.
Right.
They ain't teaching us. What are they teaching us about? Chris Columbus discovered America. And, we derived from apes, Charles Darwin, the Silvery Uramids, and you know what I'm saying? So Isaac Newton and all these people what I'm gonna call considered to be great and powerful. We really had a snippet of, because we were all on the planet Earth before all the Europeans came about, before they even came about, and we civilized and educated them. They were spoke about the Nation of Islam teaching, Nation God on Earth, dedicated 5% of teaching. They spoke about the New Wabian teaching, the Hebrew Israelite teaching, all these culture and religion aspect that we have, talking about the same exact thing, but they want to have a different separator. But all come down to it, we are all divine. We all have a soul. So we have a soul, and we made the image of God. Doesn't that make us a God? Doesn't make us gods and gods, divine and planet Earth? So why would we need why we need religion when you study all the ancient civilization, where they back to Congo, Uganda, Kush, Ethiopia, Syria, Phoenicia, Mesopotamia, Kemet, all the ancient civilization. There was no Allah. There wasn't a Jehovah. There was no Yahweh. There was no God. There was no standpoints going on. We believe in nature. We believe in nature. We believe in using the resource that we had, which is land, water, you know what I'm saying, the air, the fire around us. That's what we need to free the land. That was land to base our independence. We need all that. We need land to start a civilization. We need all them standpoints, you know what I'm saying, to build upon. We need to get more in tune, because now, you look at it now, society now, we confused about our identity. You might see female, you don't know what they're females now. You might see male, know what they're males or not.
Yes.
Because of all the technology, transsexual, transvestites, and all the other standpoint they got going on scientifically to deceive our people. We don't know what's going on. We confused, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Confused. We need basic introduction to like class like what is a man? What a man actually is, a definition. Because now you do it, now you get 100 men now, 100 male figures, so to speak. Ask them what a man is. How many parts that you gonna have? It's the same thing with a woman. Same thing with a female. You ask them what is a woman, how many parts that you gonna have, because we allow us to contact our basic principle of who we are. Like the standpoint of a family. What is a family actually about? How do you start a family? What is everybody's role in the family? How can you nation build where you're not building your family? The family is your prototype for a nation building. Everybody in the family has certain specific duties. Just like in the government. You know, just like in the government you have different people with different ministries and different people in different priorities and field and different, you know what I'm saying, aspects of the legal field and judicial and executive board. That's an American government. In the RNA, we have ministries and we have a president. Minister of Information, Minister of Education, Minister of Defense. Just the same thing, just the same aspect. We had the original Central Committee of the Black Panther Party. They had ministers. Minister of Defense, Prime Ministers. All these political ideologies, we need to focus on one thing, which is coming together. What can we do together? Divide and conquer. What can we do? You know what I'm saying? I'm a socialist. I'm a anarchist. I'm a communist. Well, we should all focus on one political ideology, come together. No matter what your religion or culture is, come together and focus on one thing. In that land, so we have some government independence away from this system that keep us oppressed, the capitalist system, colonialistic, whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
Let me ask you this, Heru. Do you feel like we can work with white people to well, let me see how I can put this. Do you believe working with white people to for us to gain freedom is counterproductive? Like, is that working backwards?
It is because you can't expect for the people that put you in a position of detriment and suffering to help you get out of it, because they're the ones that put you in that position. And they say, oh, don't always blame the white man. Stop pointing the finger at the white man. You got to do this and do that, and you can get it on your own if you just tried harder, stop being lazy, and this and that. And a lot of people are caught up on statistics. You know, black people, we have more of a population than white people. But they display us as being just the animals and the criminals and things of that nature. So it's hard for other black people to even see that because of propaganda, right? So people have to do their research. They really have to look into their communities, what's going on around them. When they're looking at the news, research television. What's the whole concept of programs, being programmed by what you're watching? Frequencies, waves that transmit through the air. All of this exists. Energy is infinite, and source energy is out there. It's here. We are of it, and it controls us depending on what we consume and what we give off at the same time. And a lot of people don't realize that because calcification of the pineal gland, basically, the third eye. You know, people having cognitive dissonance, coming up a certain way, believing in a system, feeling like it's the only way, not thinking outside the box, and being trapped in a paradox without trying to explore otherwise, and just sticking with what they've been forced into. Because at birth, you're forced into religion if your family is a religious family, you know. So then people take on these customs and keep on repeating them. And this is a cycle. The cycle has to break. That's the main thing. People's ways of thinking has to be reversed or just redirected in a different way in order to see that things don't add up. With this Eurocentric tradition, these Eurocentric ways. We are black, melanated people of the sun. I feel that is very true. I feel that our soul comes from the universe, and it is brought here to Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is a living entity. It is. And we go back to the earth in the flesh, but our soul goes back out into the universe as source energy. And we are recycled through that from time and time again. I feel like that is true. I don't know too much about reincarnation and coming back as a fly and this and that. I don't know about all that. I don't consider that necessarily, but I know our energy is going beyond here, and our physical matter is going right back to the earth from which we came. That's all I can really say about that, because I'm not so much of a anthropologist or scientist for that matter. I'm a logical thinker. That's one other name that I went by for a long time, and I go by. It's actually one of my emails, Logic Soul. For a long time, since I was in high school, many years ago. That was about 16 years ago when I graduated, and I was going by this name. So I had sort of a conscious state, even though I've been drinking and smoking since I was 13, and calcifying my brain even more, and eating the foods that distort the mind. I would also kind of counter that with being active, playing ball as much as I was. I draw. I'm an artist, keeping my mind going. At the same time, I'm poisoning myself, but then I would notice I need to cut back just a little sometimes, so I would eat certain things that would help me, flush out the poisons, and just be more healthier. But being that I don't do any drinking now, I'm more in tune with my physical state as far as like what I'm consuming. And I see the difference. Now, if people were to apply that themselves, and if they would see, like if anybody that knows me that sees this, or anybody that knows me, period, sat and talked to another individual that didn't know me at all, and that person that knows me acknowledges and emphasizes on the transition that I made, being that I was bad when it came to drinking. I mean, Paul Masson every day, St. Ives, Colt 45, Old English, everything, vodka, Georgie vodka. That's one of the cheapest vodkas that they have in New York City. I would drink all the time, every day, religiously. And like Bomani says, they put the label spirits on liquor stores for a reason. Because when you are in a state of euphoria, you are really opening up a different realm while you're here, pretty much, even in your mind, because it starts with your thoughts. Everything starts with a thought. And you're letting things in and out as well. You're letting yourself out, but you're letting in bad energy. Spirit, aka spirits, which is just energy. Everything is energy. That's what I consider. And for people to change, to answer the question, like I said, you have to redirect your thinking. Thinking has to be changed. If you do not think different, your life will not change. But first you gotta want it as well. See, some people just don't want it. They want to be stuck in the paradise. They want to be stuck in the matrix. They want that God to look out to instead of looking into themselves for their true divine essence, basically. It's not out there necessarily. It is, but then it's also within you. You're no lower than anything else or anybody else. No human, for that matter, is everything in if I'm saying it correctly, in the nature is all. It's all pretty much the same, and that's why that saying goes a long way. We all are the same. We all are one. To some degree, we are, because we're made up of the same ingredients. Some more than others, of course. Melanated individuals versus non-melanated individuals. They differ in those aspects, but to some degree, those non-melanated individuals have a different type of melanin. Us black people being made, I guess, more with more carbon-based melanin, and white people having sulfur as their melanin. And you know, like I said, I forget a lot of different terms and things like that I've came across. I read inserts, not many books, and I need to do that. That's one of the things that I'm working on, because I'm a work in progress. I need to read more. I watch a lot of different videos and then go and research the topics within the videos, and I get some literature off of the internet, yes. But there are books, there are many books that hold a lot of information that are old books as well, that people don't even know about, that exists, that's been around for years, written by white people and black people of all different descents, that hold a lot of key information on what's really going on, and how things have developed and manifested to the state that we gotten to. As far as like the whole systematic thing, when Bomani was talking about the schools and things like that, it's all systematic. It's everything here in America, to me, is made to keep the strongest original individuals in a state of confusion and distortion. And it's worked, and it's still working. Willie Lynch, Jim Crow, all of that. Even before that, even down to the NICA, who constructed the Holy Bible at some point. I've came across that information, and I hold it to be true. You got all these different versions of the Bibles, and the way that it was beat and forced into these people that were indigenous to this place and brought over as slaves. Because to my knowledge, not everyone that's black was brought over from Africa. There were indigenous people here already, many pillaged, killed, raped, and all that, and gone, but a lot of them still remain. And they were brought and integrated into the whole slavery and taken away of their knowledge, their customs and traditions. All of that was stripped away, and then they were reprogrammed, and that's what we got today. That's what's here. So you have to reprogram, deprogram what they program into us for all these centuries already, or hundreds of years. People have to want to do that. You know,
Bomani, let me ask you this, man. We talked about on the phone. Our black political leaders and our black leaders in general, man. Like, what should we not necessarily do with them, but like, how should we treat them? Should we treat them as the oppressor as well, or should we try to re-educate them as well, or are they too far gone?
Okay. It's something my mentor told. My mentor is a former prisoner of war, political prisoner, named Masai Hosi. You can look the brother up. Their boss partner was Safi Bakari. You look him up from the Virginia Black Panther Party from the 80s and the 70s, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, like that. This is the way I look at it. Like another elder told me from behind the wall in Pelican Bay. He was like, a lot of our leaders have been compromised. Meaning compromised, they had been infiltrated, so they're working with the system and their oppressors. So now, as I look at that situation, a lot of people we consider to be elders are actually overheads that are in the way and stopping and standing our growth and revolution, as well as evolution and progress in any kind of way, form, or fashion. I look at a lot of leaders now currently that in current leadership. A lot of them are not actually leading the people. They're in leadership due to the fact that their own ego and their own personal gain from the ignorance of the people. Like Farrakhan, for instance. Now, I know a lot of people love Farrakhan and he's the messenger, he's a God in flesh and all this, you know. It sounds good, but in reality, now this man, 80-some years old, all this he wants to talk about revolution now. We had no revolutionary history. We taught the elders like Jaleel Muta King, elders like Sekou and Dinga just recently released. H. Rap Brown, Iman Jimmy Alameen, elders like Iman Abdullah, which is Jeff Fort. You talk to brothers like that in the Islamic realm, the aspect of revolution, they got to understand that. We talked to Farrakhan about revolution. He had no understanding because he even continually embraced and promoted religion. He's a good preacher because he understands that Christianity is the biggest religion in the world. You roughly look at things, you know what I'm saying, from a level of statistics. Roman Catholicism, the Roman capital over 3 billion. There's only over 6 billion population planet Earth. You think about the rest of the people, the Christendom realm, the Methodists, the Episcopalians, the Presbyterians, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons. You gotta think about all them. And the Bible and the Quran, all of the Bible and the Quran, as well as the Torah, talk about the same fictional prophets and prophetess that never existed. So is Farrakhan really being a revolutionary leader, or he just basically being profiting off of ignorance? Because Elijah Muhammad said the white man was the devil. Now why all of a sudden then when Farrakhan come along, you got these white boys in the fruit of Islam? You know what I'm saying? How can they be FOI? How can they be fruits and saviors or protectors of that the so-called Asiatic black humanity when they Europeans? You know what I'm saying? How can you be a Scientology, which is another form of religion, as well as be a Muslim? How is that possible? You either a Scientology or you're a Muslim. How you can be both at one time? It's just like somebody saying that I am a Christian Buddhist. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
That doesn't make any sense, period. But I feel like a lot of leaders should be analyzed. They should be observed, because I'm not saying all leaders are bad. You do have some good leaders out there. You just gotta know who they are. And a lot of the good leaders are not publicizing what they're doing. Like G.S. Scott Heru said, a revolution cannot be televised. Right. That's true. You know, what the purpose of having 2 million brothers and sisters meet, 2 million brothers meet for a second time after '95 for a 20-year reunion when it wasn't no organization, nothing established for that meeting? What the purpose of it? What the purpose of everybody gathering for? What the purpose of that? When Marcus Garvey gathered with his brothers and sisters, his purpose was return back to Africa to start a movement. But not only return back to Africa in a physical sense, but in a mental sense as well. Because you gotta have an African name in order, you gotta have an African brain in order to have an African name. Like my name Bomani, that's African. That's Malawi, Swahili, as well as committed for mighty warrior. So you gotta have a mind state as well to go along with your name. So I can call myself Abdullah, have an Arabic name, and then I don't know how to speak no Arabic, or know anything about the Quran, or know anything about the Arabian, how the Arabian enslaved the people. Knows how the Arabian enslaved a lot of the African people, and that's why they speak Swahili now. The things like that is a historical origin of things, the aspect of it. But we are all leaders within our own mind. Yeah, the brother Heru was saying earlier, he chose Heru, because Heru is a symbol of savior, which as well as a leader, because Heru is symbol to the sun. The sun is still the leader of the universe. If you want to go into the cosmological, the astrological, and the astronomical aspect, when the symbolic standpoint of thing, the sun is somebody a leader because all the planets revolve in the sun. They following the sun. They follow the leader. Like Jesus said, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Jesus would say he was the bright morning star, because he was the sun as well. He's somebody to the sun, even though he never existed. Even though he never existed. And the archaeology evidence or any historical evidence or data saying that he existed, but the message is still true and the same. Like Chief Malik said, be the message of your brain. You gotta be the message of your brain. Like they said, words are bond. Bond is life. That's true. You gotta, your word carry you a long way in life. But a lot of leaders need to be analyzed. There's a lot of good leaders out here, but it's not a lot of good leaders. You have in every organization. It don't matter if you're Nation of Islam, Republic of New Africa, Black Panther Party, New Black Panther Party, Black Keystone Rangers, NAACP, Conservation Equality, Jericho Amnesty. It don't matter what organization you're part of, there all gonna be some bad leaders. There gonna be some bad apples in the bumper. Everybody can't be positive. Even though some organization had the same objective and goals and aims, aspirations, and the same morals and dialogues and concepts, everybody not gonna follow all them laws and rules. You gonna have some people that want to get into the criminal mentality because criminal mentality have a lot of benefits in the economically wise. My whole aspect of my origin is to get knowledge and pass it on to the brothers and sisters around me, because that's the only purpose I had knowledge, to share it. It's just like on the movie Lucy, when they're Caucasian white women, you know getting weird that she can't hold all this metal. She just turned black all of a sudden, but she don't absorb everything. Knowing, then she passed. See what she did? She passed it right on to Morgan Freeman, the supreme black being. She had to pass it on to her God, her daddy. Pass all knowledge to him, get the knowledge back to him, because he told her, what should I do with knowledge? He said, pass it on. And that's what she did. She passed it knowledge right back to her daddy. Because you look at that movie from the symbolic sense, she go back to Africa. Back in Africa, she looked upon it. She went in the physical appearance as an apod or a simian, so to speak. That same bullshit there now that Charles Darwin talking about. We ain't no apes.
Right.
I ain't never seen none of them pictures. You talking about the evolution when none of them apes look like African people. They all look like Europeans to me. I ain't never seen no caveman movie when you had no African. All the caveman movie, people in the caves and playing with dogs, licking on dogs and all that. They having disease and everything. They all been Europeans. They all been Europeans. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no black caveman, no black cave woman, no black cave children. Even the aspect of the dog style sex. You look at the Caucasus mountains, which is the history of European, they were having sex with the animals. The dog would have sex with the men, with the women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the women would all run crawling on all fours, so they're easy asset for the dog. Get behind them and go in.
Right.
Get behind them and go in, you know?
So y'all, do y'all believe in evolution at all?
No. Not in a human sense. I feel like humans are naturally their own species. There are no monkeys turning into humans now. So how could we have came from monkeys? To me, that's how I feel. It's like, how in the hell does that work? Why are there still even monkeys or gorillas or anything, apes, whatever you want? Every kind of ape should be evolving still, or human for that nature. Why? What specific species of ape do we come from? Then at some point they tried to say that we came from sloths or something like that. It's closely related. Everything.
Sloth got like two hooves. Like that.
Because of the DNA makeup, everything is similar to some degree. So you can't just sit up here and tell me that just because something has very close genetic makeup, that more than likely that's where we evolve from. That doesn't solidify anything to me at all, you know. And then, like, you know, I'm gonna harp on the leadership thing a little bit. not to backtrack too much, but Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all of them,
Sellout boys.
all sellouts. We all know this. And like you said with
Real
Farrakhan,
hopping and skipping, playing flutes. You know,
trying to play both sides.
Sambos and shining shoe Negroes.
playing both sides and basically, to me, are like agents for the CIA and basically just poster boys for the pacifiers. They're the pacifiers for the communities. They gonna come out and say a little something from time to time and rally and things, march or whatever, but nothing really gets accomplished, all because of the agenda that they are a part of as well. It's like we only gonna go this far, and we're not gonna get any more Malcolm X's and Martin Luther King's nowadays, because it's been too contaminated. Everybody is too contaminated. Everybody's been afraid to step into that position because of what's been done to their predecessors. So it's hard to get a real hardcore Garvey or Baldwin and stuff like that, because it's just been genetically installed in us. Like, hey man, we do that and we gonna get murked early. You know, it's kind of hard to do that. They have this control, but then you got these fake leaders. They're perpetrating the fraud because they're playing both sides and getting into Scientology and things like that. That's all that is playing both sides.
Let me jump in.
What about? Let me ask the question about, you said about evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like this. Okay, scientifically sound that biologically that the egg and the sperm come together. Okay, they from together, they form a zygote, which is a fertilized egg, then develop to an embryo, then develop to a fetus, then a child. That's evolution right there.
That's evolution right there.
That's evolution.
There you go.
That's evolution, you know what I'm saying? But the aspect of me coming from a simian, a monkey, an orangutan, no, I'm not. I don't care. I don't care what the so-called comedic philosophers, whoever philosopher that science, or whoever they want to come up with that. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have faith in that. I don't stand on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no value in that. It's like cow manure. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth it. It just a lot of times you go into a pet, you go into a plant shop, cow manure just sitting there, you smell it. That shit. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have faith. I don't stand on that. You know what I'm saying? It's not scientifically proven.
Right.
It's not proven to me. I never seen it. I never seen it.
Hypothetical.
Cause like the brother Heru said, if that were the case, why none of these orangutans and lemurs and baboon? What stopped them from evolving? You know what I'm saying? Why they still walking on all fours? Why they still climbing trees? Why they ain't building no houses? Why they ain't looking at TV? You know what I'm saying? Why you don't see none of them? You know what I'm saying? Getting on the car, getting on the bus. Why you don't see none of them drinking out of sodas? Exactly. Why you don't see none of them playing football or baseball? Why you don't see them listening to rap music or sing or dance or playing class? We don't see none of them doing none of that. They can't.
I'm gonna say like, yo, before we even move on, still with the evolution, I feel like we were, for whatever reason, put here as the most intelligent beings, and we learn from animals. Those are the teachers right there. Nature is the best teachers. So therefore, books, Bibles, Qurans, things of that nature are unnecessary. Very unnecessary when you come up with these morals and these commandments and things like that, when the earth already pretty much showed you from watching and observing nature. You don't need pages and words, pictures of anything. All you need is nature, because animals are programmed or designed.
Religion.
You know, exactly. They program and design to have just basic instincts. Eat, hunt, whatever, things of that nature. Not necessarily kill their own. And humans observe that and take those qualities with the crazy knowledge and emotions that they have and build off of that, off of the basics. But then, of course, for whatever reason, evil, which is negative energy, it exists. And then you get humans killing one another, stealing from one another, raping, and all kinds of other things. Now, I don't know how far and how hard the extent of it was in the beginning, but most of that stuff came from the Caucasians. When they came along, you had all of this pestilence, diseases, and just immoral, savage ways brought upon humanity, because they dwelled in the caves for the most part, and they picked up on these savage ways. They were living with the wolves and the hunters and the predators, the meat eaters, while the Africans were fishing and petting lions to this day. And we've been stripped away from that too. The whole connection with nature and animals. Most people are terrified to come within 10 feet of a lion. In Africa, you got people walking around with their spears. You laugh, people laugh at that, how they half naked or whatever, but they are so much more connected to nature, they don't need nothing else. And they could probably sick a lion on your ass just for laughing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Get him.
Seriously.
Get him, Leo.
and we've been taken away from that.
Attack Simba.
Exactly.
This kind of switch gears, but our black leaders who so-called conscious and using the conscious platform to bamboozle people. How should we deal with them? Like, should we deal with them the same aspect as we deal with the black house Negroes, Sambo niggas, or what? Like, cause they have the knowledge, but they not applying it to help their people.
No, I look at it that we to come to the aspect of distinction. We got to distinguish who for us, who not for us. That's the only way we can deal with these people. If your objective is, say for instance, your objective is, that you want to better your community, and these individuals not better, you talking about better your community, don't deal with them. Your objective is talking about for land, you're not talking about land, then don't deal with them. If you can work with them in any kind of way, form, or fashion, that basically coincide what you believe in, what you stand up, what you fight for, then work with them. But if you can't, don't deal with them. That's my simple answer to the whole situation. It ain't got to be complex.
A lot of stuff is really simple to some extent. But people are so enticed by money and power, fame, all of the sins, which are basically just immoral things. That's it. A sin is basically an immoral thing to do, if you want to look at it in that aspect. And they just place that word upon it to connect it with being condemned and having to repent and all of that other bullshit. Because I'm not repenting to nothing but myself. Is that the Most High? Not some make-believe guy, some guy that I have no proof that ever even walked the earth. And I don't praise the sun. I give respect to the sun. I respect nature. I respect all the elements in the universe. But that does not mean I worship anything. I don't worship anything. And that's the problem. That's the systematic problem. Worship, paying tithes, and all of that. All of that incorporates inferiority. So now you're inferior to this pope or something, or these pastors and all of that. T.D. Jakes and all these bullshitters out here spitting all it. If you do right by God and if you pay your tithes, and you will be blessed and this and that. It's so clearly bullshit. It's to me. And for those that really buy into it, I hope the best for them. I try to look at church as a good guiding tool for some people that have nothing to go off of, because church is supposed to be the most positive thing in the community. So if you got a gangbanger or somebody committing genocide, whatever, just crimes, being a criminal, and then they go to church, I'm gonna look at that as a good thing, because now at least they're not committing crimes and commit genocide. Even though I don't fuck with church, I'm still gonna look at it as, all right, at least he's not doing that. So now maybe he can conform to spirituality if I even bother to try to lure him away from that whole religious thing. Or maybe I just leave him alone because he good and let him just live out his life, his or her life that way. Some people you can leave alone, but some people try to force that religion on other people, and that's the problem. Forcing it on other people, especially people that are conscious already, and it's like, get out of here with that. Like, you serious? Like, come on now. I've been through it already. I transitioned. It was a stepping stone. I was born and raised a Baptist, which is a form of Christianity, of course. Looking at the Bible and hearing things or whatever, and it's like, all right, something not adding up. My nature, my natural spirit told me something ain't right with it. Okay, maybe the Quran sounds so much more wholesome, yet it's still the same thing as Christianity, as the Bible to some extent. And then everything else that's written in books and telling you how to live. It's all based on spirituality, getting in touch with nature, and just living, and just knowing the truth, and having your freedom, your rights to be here. Nobody should be starving necessarily. We shouldn't even be buying food necessarily. We shouldn't have to buy a lot of things that was already naturally here provided to us. It's just all BS set up, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting the way this world is. A lot of the time, I just want to go home, because this ain't home. This is not necessarily home. This is just a passing through point right here. This is to me the third dimension, Earth. The physical state is a luxury to some degree that was just all messed up by humans over time. We were here to have feelings, even when it comes to intercourse. Just to express that and feel that is a luxury passing through. Because as just energy, you don't necessarily have feelings. You're just energy. So when you cultivate a vessel, and that cultivated vessel is incorporated with the soul, that's a blessing right there, because now that soul gets to feel. It gets to enjoy. It gets to breathe. It gets to see things in color. More, I guess. I don't know if source energy can see or whatever. I just know it moves to that extent. But when you have nerves and things of that, and you're put in a dense level state of living, that is a blessing in itself, because you get to enjoy. You're supposed to enjoy this, but man corrupted it. Now we gotta buy everything. We're paying for water. We're paying for contaminated water. You know what I'm saying? Water, I don't even know where it come from at the time. It still might have fluoride in it. Still messing me up, especially here in America. Paying for these foods. I'm paying more for food that grows naturally, that I need to sustain my life. I'm paying more for that than the processed foods that poison me and that are more in abundance here, especially here, killing us slowly and not being able to function on this level of existence till its fullest.
Yo, thank y'all for checking it out, man. Sorry for the wait. Where the party app? Check it out. It's in the App Store. Kiora, Right Mind Radio, every Tuesday at 9. Better Community Project this Sunday, May 22nd at 6 o'clock. Southern Conscious Connect. It's a new brand of education. Let's get it.